The season 2 series finale of Andor. Wow, 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 wow. For a show that cost close to $650 million to make, they nailed it with this season. Absolutely mind-blowingly brilliant how everything was done, and the lead up to Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and then continuing on with the original trilogy. I don't Other series and film franchises need to follow Star Wars and do what Andor has done. For being 12 episodes and 3-episode release for 4 weeks is absolutely crazy. I feel like each 3-part episode in this season 2 was its own trilogy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The way it was done was great, and season 2, episode 10, between the history between Luthen and Kayla, it's like, just seeing that and the anticipation, the thrills, and not knowing what's going on in this episode, it's like, wait, hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because it was absolutely really, really well done. We then get Gorman, Kyber crystals, Galen Erso, name drops here and there, Palpatine, Krennic being a force to be reckoned with, and one of the most underrated villains in Star Wars. Then you have Deidre, who is doing her job, but then, she gets thrown under the bus, and everything is a domino effect after that. Episode 10 was really good because, as I stated, we see the backstory between Luthen and Kayla and what the effects are, what happens, and just the emotional aspect to what happens to Luthen's character. Certain characters don't survive because of how Rogue One goes. And then when you see everything happen, it's like, oof, what is going on? And then episode 11, you have the ISB trying to find Kayla because of what she did. And it's just a whole craziness. Big, huge scenes with K2SO, which is really good. And then we see Cassian Andor, come back to Coruscant, where he wasn't there for 2 years. But then he hasn't spoken to Luthen within 1 year. And then episode 12, the aspect of getting Kayla out where she is, and then going to Yavin and explaining to Mon Mothma, the Council, Bail Organa, what everything is and how everything is going on, and what the aspect is of this weapon that the Empire is creating. When they could have stopped it, but they didn't, but it was too late because the Project Overseer, the director of the Advanced Weapons Research for the Imperial Military, Krennic, is the one behind everything. Palpatine's name is dropped, as I stated. We didn't get very familiar faces in this at all. Everyone was wanting, Darth Vader, Palpatine like that, someone big. We didn't need that at all because we get that later on in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. From start to finish, between season 1 and 2, which this show was supposed to be 5 seasons, then they decide let's do 3, but then no, let's do 2 seasons. Absolutely so well done. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you're a fan of the movies like me, then you will absolutely enjoy this series. If you're not a fan and you say Disney ruined Star Wars, well then that's a you problem, and I really don't care or give a shit what you think. For the masses and how we Star Wars fans stay together and support and love this franchise, this goes to show that Star Wars is back on the map. Like I said, I don't know how they did it, but they did it in a way where, okay, Andor is probably the best show ever. By writing wise, by doing everything, and having Dan and Tony Gilroy behind it was a really, really smart idea. Very curious to see how it goes now with whatever is going on with the Star Wars universe, the stories, and get Tony and Dan Gilroy to recontinue everything. You have stories that really, really work well, and how 10, 11, and 12 just really paid off, and it's like, oh, we don't know, it's lackluster, it's this and that. No, there is a surprise at this ending of episode 12 that you're like, oh, Cassian didn't know something at all between him and Bix, and it's like, wow. And just to see what Cassian goes through emotionally, it's just really, really crazy. This is the new trajectory of what TV series going into old films and continuing a story is like. I had a blast with it. It was really, really good. Slow to start off with, I will say, between 1, 2, and 3 episodes, but then after that, it got really good. Stellan Skarsgård as Luthen is probably my favorite in a long time in the Star Wars universe as a character. Very well done, very well written, and his speech at the end of season 1 was so good. Kayla is a really, really good character. Everyone is fantastic in this, and now you know how the story goes from here on out. And hopefully we see the aspect of what's going to happen now with Star Wars, and maybe goes in a direction like, let's hold off on the TV shows because, you know, we did our thing. Let's focus on movies. Because if the movies are done right, you can continue the story for eons to come. For me, season 2 of Andor gets 5 out of 5 film reels. Absolutely brilliant and phenomenal. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about the entirety of season 2 of Andor. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story? Did you like that after every 3 episodes, a year passed? Have you seen season 1 and season 2? Are you up to date with your Star Wars movies and TV shows? And are you a big Star Wars fan? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next review video, and may the Force be with you.